It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning. It's Jillian Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy. I'm here guest hosting today for Jamie, who's off in Puerto Rico on a little, 3-day weekend, 4-day weekend, I guess. It's Focus Fridays. So on this edition of Focus Fridays, we're going to be talking to J.D. Christie. JD is the owner of FitnessTogether.com in Bel Air Bluffs, I believe it is, right?
Correct.
And he's a native of Grand Island, Nebraska, a Midwest guy. I like that.
Yeah, go Huskers.
Yeah. So welcome to the show, JD Christie.
Oh, thank you.
So I see here
you
you also were in the Marines.
I was, 4 years.
Thank you very much for that. I have family that was in the Marine Corps as well. And so a part of being in the Marine Corps, you got involved in some personal training as well. Is that correct?
I did, yeah.
Uh-huh. And then you started this franchise, Fitness Together. So tell us a little bit more about why you started in personal training as a career.
I'll tell you this first and foremost. I'm not really one of those personal trainers that comes from any kind of like massive transformation. You know, I don't have that kind of story, a personal story of overcoming anything.
You didn't used to be a fat guy, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, I've always kind of been. I've been in shape my whole life, and I'm willing to bet if you were to run into people I knew back in high school and stuff like that and told them I was a personal trainer, it probably wouldn't shock them. You know, it's exercise and athletics and all those things is something that's always just come easy to me. Mm-hmm. So, you know, even as a kid, it
doesn't feel like work to you, probably,
no,
right?
Not at all.
It's just something that you really enjoy doing, and you get a lot of fulfillment from it, helping others.
And just like Celine before me, I'm sure numbers is her thing. It's just like what is easy for her. So exercise has always been that thing. But ultimately, though, my interest in personal training, like you said, really peaked when I was in the Marines. That was one of the responsibilities I actually had as a Marine my last year, kind of getting out when I decided I was going to move back home here to Florida and everything and kind of get back into the private sector. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do and everything. And one of the responsibilities I actually had was there was a program in the Marines, and it was called the BCP program, which was body composition. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they actually they asked me to work with Marines that had kind of fallen out of standards when it comes to height, weight, and all those kinds of things.
Eating too much in the mess hall, right?
Right, and I really shouldn't say they asked me. They more or less, they told me. And really, there was no way of figuring out I was qualified for it, besides the fact that I was just in really good shape. So they just kind of assumed that I could work with other people and kind of do that. So for a year, I worked with Marines, and these weren't Marines that got lazy or anything like that. Really what it was, this was 2006 when the Iraqi war and the Afghanistan war and stuff were still really going on. And so, these were a lot of guys that coming back with injuries and stuff like that, not like missing legs or anything like that, but, like broken bones and stuff. And so they just kind of got out of shape. They kind of just, fell a little bit to the wayside. And then also, too, I don't know if you remember, 2006 is when PTSD was really kind of becoming a discussion. We didn't really know what PTSD was back then. We definitely do now. But, so there's a little bit of depression and stuff like that. So,
which is a lack of motivation for a lot of these guys. So they don't want to exercise or get up and move around. They just want to lay around and watch TV.
If you know Marines, we're all about being in shape and being best of the best. And so when you're not, and you have those expectations, it can be pretty tough. So, for a year I worked with these guys, and it wasn't anything where I was like necessarily a personal trainer for them. It was more or less just they would meet with me every day at lunchtime, and we'd all get in the car and go to the gym and work out. And, and really working with these guys and kind of seeing them get back into shape and really make big changes and stuff like that was really helped me kind of decide, okay, personal training is definitely something I'm interested in. So getting out of the Marines, I moved back home and got a job. My first job as a personal trainer wasn't with Fitness Together. It was actually at one of the big box gyms. which was not a good fit for me. It was just not.
Why was that?
Lunk alarms.
What's
It was the lunk alarms.
It was, yeah.
Is that the guys that can't put their arms down? Is that what,
Those are just lunks.
Oh.
But no, lunk alarms are when you're in the gym and you're lifting and you work out till exhaustion and you drop the weight and it makes a loud bang. Well, they have these like sirens on the wall that go off when that happens, and then they ask you to leave. Also, if you're in too good a shape, in some places they'll ask you to leave because you're intimidating the fat bodies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, it's
we
pretty,
brought it up on an earlier show this week,
yeah,
so
it's getting pretty
fresh in my
bad
mind.
with some of it. But really the reason is because especially with the bigger box gyms, they just want volume of clients. They just want more.
And they're not really paying attention to what you're doing
not
in
at
there,
all.
and
and personal
or doing
training
it correctly.
it's just a side note. Personal training there is just a side note. I guess the reason they really offer it is because a couple of times I'm sure people just asked if there was personal training, so they were like, well, why not, we'll do it. And so I did that for about 3 months, hated every minute of it, and I got really lucky and found a job at Fitness Together. Fitness Together is a franchise. There's about 150 of us nationwide, and there was one in the area, and I got super lucky and got a job with them and loved it every bit about it. Because
what is it about it that makes it different from the big box gym?
Well, for one, it's a studio, and that's what they do is personal training. All right, so it's this studio is 2 private suites. So when clients are in here training, it's just them and the trainer in the room, and both rooms are fully equipped with everything they could possibly need. So that's one of the things that clients definitely appreciate, and I, as a trainer, really appreciate is the privacy that you get with your trainer. The relationship that you're able to build because of that, the focus you're able to give because you're not sharing equipment with other people, you're not waiting on equipment, nothing like that. So you're
your
able
personal
to
training session, you're not being walked through while regular customers are working on the machines right next to you too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I loved it, and that's what I started doing as a personal trainer.
So I'm not around a bunch of people sweating and looking horrible and out of breath and
or
waiting
if
for...
you're a first timer, it's got to be like nerve-wracking and embarrassing because you're in there trying to get in shape and you're nervous as it is. When you go and sit with this guy, at least you have that space to yourself, to whereas if you go to the big box gyms, you've got 50 people on all sides of you. So it makes a lot more sense to go see an actual personal trainer than to go to the McDonald's of fitness and wellness centers.
Exactly. Right on.
Yeah. So what type of clients do you work with?
Well, I want to say all types of clients. I mean, we pretty much have worked with anybody and everybody, but for the most part, I would say that the majority of our clients that we get at the studio are really like your working professional types, your chaotic schedule types, lawyers, doctors, a lot of doctors and nurses, stay-at-home moms. I'd have to say if there's 2 people that I'd respect most when it comes to handling a crazy schedule is doctors and stay-at-home moms. But pretty much the type of people that they don't have time to necessarily figure it all out because they've got so much on their plate. So a lot of our clients, they're definitely not afraid to come in and do the work and do the exercise and stuff like that. It's the actual whole other 99% of what am I supposed to be doing, how much weight, how many reps, which body parts, those kinds of things. So
how are you able to keep them in a schedule when they have like crazy schedules? They're so busy. You talk about a doctor, like how do you get them to stick with a schedule?
Well, yeah, the accountability of all is definitely something that you really have to work with, and that's what we do is, with me at my studio, it's not just me. I've got 3 other trainers that work for me, and we are a team of trainers. All right, so we're not a bunch of solo people just in there working our own clients and not interested in anybody else. So that allows us to be really flexible with a lot of our clients. A lot of our clients actually don't just work out with one of us. They work out with all of us. I'm pretty sure of all of our clients, all of them have at least worked out with one of us trainers at least once. And the reason is
so you have a great team of people that for one person, you're going to get a team. You're not just getting one individual personal trainer. So it will help you with your crazy schedule.
Yes, there's always somebody available.
Right.
And you do have a trainer per se, and they're the person that's going to be responsible for your programming and everything else. However, we all speak the same language. When it comes to health and fitness, philosophically, we follow the same path. So when a client has to come in and work out with me rather than their usual trainer, they're not going to get conflicting philosophies or anything like that. And I'm going to know exactly how they've been trained and be able to just follow suit.
Great. Well, we're talking with J.D. Christie, the owner of Fitness Together. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about how he is building this team and is going to expand his team.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Serious crash in Tarpon Springs on southbound alternate 19 just south of Anclote Road, right there at the river near the sponge docks. Avoid this area if you can because lanes are blocked in both directions. Also farther to the south in Dunedin, a crash on alternate 19 just south of Curlew. US 41 in Pasco County remains closed in both directions between State Road 52 and County Line Road. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson Udrich, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Think It Up.
Hi, I'm Nick Jonas, and I'm here to tell you about Think It Up, a new initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join us at thinkitup.org.
Today, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 88. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 50-50 rain chance, high 88.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning. It's Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, and I'm here with a special edition of Focus Fridays with JD Christie. He's the owner of Fitness Together, and you can find out more about JD at www.fitnesstogether.com/Bel Air Bluffs. You can reach him at 727-586-7680. Welcome back, JD.
Yeah, thank you.
We've been talking a little bit about Fitness Together and types of clients you have. You have some busy professionals that like to come and work out on their own time period, and you've got a great team. So tell me how you're planning on building this team and expanding.
Yeah, so that's been one of the things, especially in the last year, that has really piqued my interest, is the whole employee development, business development side of things. And when I first started out as a personal trainer, that's just what I did, and I didn't quite know or understand exactly what I was going to do with my career starting out. I just knew that I needed to train a whole bunch of people and really build my experience and build my brand and do all those things. And so I was training 50, 70 sessions a week, just working my butt off and doing those things. And when I bought the studio, which, this is the same studio that I started off as a trainer, so I've really built myself that way, where in 2012, I bought the studio. And
so it's not like you
owner.
just said, hey, I think today I'll buy a franchise. And so this was someplace you'd worked, built relationships, and now you're able to buy the studio.
Yes.
And now you're owning it, and now you're not actually doing it all anymore, right?
Yeah, so I'm not really much of a personal trainer anymore, per se.
That's really too bad, because I would really like you to be my personal trainer, JD.
Well, my trainers are way better than me, which is the important thing. And so, yeah, I've really had to step back as a trainer and
work on your business.
But I've really enjoyed it. I must say, it's. I didn't really realize that this was something I would be very passionate about. I always just thought I was going to be this trainer, and people are, just come see me, and it'd be great. But I realized that if I'm going to impact more people, I need to have a team. I need to have.
You can't do it all.
I can't do it all.
That's
so,
right.
I've really stepped back. I've become more of a business owner, and now I've got a team of trainers. There's 3 of them, and they do all the training, and I just kind of sit back and drink coffee and let them out.
Congratulations, though. That's a big feat, because a lot of people can't do that. They can't let go and step back.
Oh, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was, and there was bumps and bruises along the way for sure. And I would have to say, the employee side, the hiring of trainers and things, has probably been where I've made the most mistakes, and I take full responsibility of that. Those are things that I, as a business owner, had to learn.
Well, yeah.
The not just hiring great trainers, but having a path set for them, kind of like the path that I took.
So it's kind of nice that you've been able to build this up so you can kind of step back. Your business can run with or without you. And now you can focus on going global. What we talk about at Focus on You Strategy is that CEOs do 3 things. They lead, they firefight, and they go global. Sure. And now you're thinking, hey, how about a couple more Fitness Together franchises, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. We're a small studio, so we keep our membership pretty small, and just like Celine was saying before, you don't want to have 1,000, 2,000 clients. You want to have a good small community that you can pour yourself into. Quality,
not quantity.
Exactly. And so what I envision for myself is to be a multi-studio owner, and I would love to have a studio here in Pinellas, which in Bel Air, that's where I have one now, and then move into Tampa and have a studio there where I just kind of travel back and forth, and I've got trainers that work at those studios with managers, and I'm just kind of the the mentor.
Good,
you know?
good. It sounds like
Yes.
you're on the path of entrepreneurship as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of quality and not quality, and your staff, do you guys offer niche training? Like I think during the break we were talking about things like CrossFit, but is there other niche types of training that you guys offer? So if I wanted to go in and say I wanted to do some boxing, do you offer boxing, or do you offer kickboxing, or is it just the basic? Go to the gym, the workout, the same routine that most gyms offer?
Well, that's usually where we start, is the strength training, the resistance training of it all. We want to make sure that that's something that is built in with your routine. When it comes to like niche, I wouldn't say we get too much into niche with like boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do have like boxing gloves and stuff, but we're not boxing trainers, or anything like that. But, we've had a number of clients with all different kinds of goals. It's not always just weight loss.
What about things like yoga? I mean, is that a part of your?
We implement yoga, Pilates, all that kind of stuff into people's programs. It's really comes down to what they want, what they're comfortable with, what we feel as trainers is necessary for them, based off of what their goals and their timelines are.
How much time do I need to set aside each week to help me effectively reach my goals as your client?
That's a good question. I get that every day. The way that I look at it and the way that my trainers look at it is just like any working professional would look at it is, first we need to know what it is you want to achieve. We need to know your timeline and what you're willing to do. And then we reverse engineer that. So somebody coming in saying, I need to lose 50 pounds in the next 6 months, we'll say, okay, we've got 6 months, 50 pounds. What is it going to take every week to achieve that?
So you're probably going to tell me I got to stop drinking wine.
Yes.
I need to get up off the couch.
Yes.
No more Netflix for a little while.
Yeah. So see, you already know what you got to do.
Right. But how do you motivate me to get me to do that? How do I give up wine and justify that, I need to go and do this?
I think really after one session with us, people really see the impact that we can have. Usually what they say is like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was so out of shape. And so what we usually like to do is sit down with them and like I said, reverse engineer it and tell them, okay, 3 times a week in the gym. All right. Now,
dream big, but start small, right?
Yes, exactly. Let's
small
start,
steps, small wins.
Let's start slow and build up from there, definitely. And, it doesn't necessarily always need to be with us, but you're always going to get the best.
Thank you, JD Christie, for being with us.
No
Talking
problem.
to JD Christie, Fitness Together. You can find him at www.fitnesstogether.com. Bell or Bluffs, 727-586-7680.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ham from Billmeyer Ham Consulting. Did you know that one of the biggest challenges that leaders face is getting their employees to be engaged, motivated, and producing amazing business results? At Billmeyer Ham Consulting, we'll help you transform your workforce culture from one that might be underperforming, maybe mediocre, to achieving amazing business results. You see, we realize that your workforce culture is equally as important as your business plan and your business strategy. The two must be aligned in order for you to reach your desired business and financial goals.
Carol,
hey Jim.
I just got this this plan that could really help with our process here.
Okay, why don't you just have a seat and let's go over it. Let us help you transform your workforce culture by leveraging your most important assets, your people. I want to know what's going on in your organization. Let us help you transform your workforce culture. Let's have a conversation.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Coastlines this morning, 60% chance of those showers once again. Upper 80s for the high, low in the upper 70s through the weekend. Looking at about a 70% chance of rain each day. More clouds and sunshine, upper 80s. Impact Radio 1250 wins WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning. It's Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, and we have a special segment of Focus Fridays. In this segment, we're going to be talking to Thomas Rothway. He's a licensed massage therapist and physical therapist, and has worked in both spa and medical settings, and his experience is focused on orthopedic and injury rehabilitation. And he's also worked in hospitals, skilled nursing, and home health environments. And he has a passion to deliver therapy that results in measurable improvements. And his goal is to provide patients newfound relief from pain. Welcome to the studio.
Perfect. Thank you, Julie.
How are you,
Pleasure to be
Thomas?
here. Wonderful.
So tell us a little bit more about your, is it massage and wellness spa, right? In Largo, Florida.
Right in Largo, beautiful downtown Largo. Always under construction, Largo. They're improving.
Mm-hmm.
So I've actually been there as long as I've been doing massage therapy, and I got into massage therapy back in 2007. So it's been
almost 10
quite
years.
a while, coming up on a decade.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I guess the way I found wellness and particularly massage was looking for a career change. I was growing up and realizing I was growing old. I had already been through several careers. As a teenager, I was into automobiles, so I used to customize cars and trucks, and always an entrepreneur. I was in a family business back then and really enjoyed doing that. And then for a while, I dabbled in real estate. And that was something completely different again, but I felt like appropriate at that age.
Yeah.
And then I realized, there's a lot to be recognized with what we can do to take care of ourselves. So at that point, I thought, I've fixed cars, I've fixed houses, now I want to fix people.
Nice segue. I love that.
I felt massage was an easy and reasonable way for me to get to school and do something in a short amount of time and see if it was a helpful thing for the goals I had and the way I wanted to help individuals.
So over the past 10 years, you have found there a lot of different trends going on and observations of those trends in holistic healthcare and wellness. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Definitely. I feel like the public's just become more educated. People are much more active in being an advocate for their own health. They're much more aware of the options that are out there. And they're realizing their potential to live longer is there. The quality of life that they're going to live is up to them. Mm-hmm. And that's where we try and provide really a unique environment in that we give good guidance. The resources we don't have, we're not afraid to help people find other resources. I'm very much an entrepreneur, but I'm also a believer that co-branding and cooperative efforts amongst professionals is the best way to go.
We call that co-opetition at Focus.
I like it.
Yes.
And I'm glad to be here with JD. I mean, we've got some overlap, and there's some wonderful things that we share about the way we're helping people. And that's kind of the relationship I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I work with other professionals, both massage therapists. I have estheticians that work with me at Massage and Wellness Spa. Mm-hmm. And those experts are skincare, waxing, their own niche.
So it's a full-run
wellness.
Spa. It's a lot of
Absolutely.
services involved there.
Yeah.
That's great.
And also we recently, 2016 actually, I have some business partners I work with that we started West Bay Therapy. And West Bay Therapy initially was going to be auto accident treatment, but really overlaps well with the massage and wellness and kind of that health coaching basis that people needed. And we recognize that need. So now we're doing both the auto accident treatment and some health coaching to complement the massage. And people who are on the path with other businesses like JD, they just need a good baseline, and we help with that.
I've been in a few car accidents, and I was never aware that there was a specialty in massage for people that have been in car accidents. Is this something that's new or something that you came up with yourself?
The use of massage with the treatment of car accidents is just a component, and we're using that to manually improve the quality of tissue as it's healing. We have to supplement that with other treatments. The physical therapy component of that business makes it unique. It's a comparative treatment to chiropractic, for example. We're trying to really bring them on a path to wellness. And then with the massage part, people can do that, whether it's like a spa day or if it's a piece of a treatment for an auto accident. Either way, it's going to be therapeutic and helpful.
So what are some of the differences between, say, general massage and what you do?
General massage, to me, is really a personal choice, whether someone's wanting to relax, whether they need therapeutic. We focus a lot on 3 areas, pain management and posture improvement, but also we try and help people with the progression of their exercises when we're dealing with a healthy plan. And I think that's probably what makes us unique, is we approach each person as an individual, and we know what resources to match them up with, whether it's an auto accident or if it's just they want to stay well or recover from some chronic pain.
Yeah, that's something I definitely could have used. I had a major back surgery where I had a laminectomy and a fusion.
Oh, boy.
And then as soon as I think I was able to walk 3 months later, and I was going through PT and all that, but it was like basic generic PT, you know what I mean? So if I'd have found something specialized, I think I'd have been better off. And then I got into a car accident on a Monday. I got rear-ended by this lady. A week later, rear-ended again. They sent me right back to physical therapy, but I went to a basic physical therapist, and I just felt like I didn't get anywhere. It was the same routine: stretch, do this, and you do it for 3 weeks or something, and then the doctor's like, "You're all right," and they send you on your way. But the pains was still there. Do you come across this a lot? And is the specialty massage therapy for people in car accidents becoming more prominent because of people like me not getting anywhere with their basic treatment?
Yeah, I think you're right on both counts. It goes back to kind of the one-on-one treatment that we like to provide, and the circumstances around every auto accident are different. In addition to that, every person's prior health condition's different. So we want to look at what they've been through already, how this has affected their current health picture, and then we adapt that accordingly. And it does make a difference having physical therapy versus just having, physical therapy for auto accident versus just having physical therapy, because it's a pretty specific type of injury in most cases. And we have not only what's going to be provided for you by your auto insurance, but we also have what's going to be covered through, other options that are not covered by insurance.
I don't know how I pulled that question off. I'm going off an hour and a half of sleep.
Doing good.
So you also have a specialized massage therapy technique you developed. It's called the World Fusion Massage, which includes an exclusive blended style of massage based on Thai massage and physical therapy type movements. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Love it. Yes. It's our sampler.
Your sampler.
Service. Yeah. It's like if you go to a restaurant and you order the sampler, you want to try a little of everything. Right. We love people to come in and try that massage.
That sounds very intriguing. So tell me, what is that about?
It's traditional massage technique. So a lot of the soft tissue work that people are expecting, but we introduce modalities from around the world, which is how it gets its name. We use warm stones, bamboo, which are tools used by the therapists, slightly warmed so that they soften the tissue even more. And then we incorporate some stretching, and we use other modalities, extra work on the hands and feet and scalp, which are also helpful. And it comes together beautifully. People like it. It's a very relaxing.
Is it something you offer every new patient to kind of pinpoint what treatment they need?
That is a specialty massage they can choose. In almost every case, there's an excellent intake for every new client, which is going to customize the treatment you get, whether it's massage or if you're coming in for physical therapy, it's a formal evaluation. We do that and then customize it accordingly.
So do you ever have people that come in and say, I've never done a massage before, I don't even know where to begin? What would you recommend? Yeah, it's like some people are like, I don't know if I can have somebody like touch me. Like, so what would you recommend if somebody came in and wanted to get a massage for the first time? I would recommend, if they have preliminary questions, try and visit our website and explore that first. And your website is? It's www.massageandwellness, all spelled out, massageandwellness.com. And there they can explore kind of their first visit options. There's testimonials about people, which is oftentimes comforting or encouraging. And then they can even get to meet their therapist. I mean, we have 15 practitioners we work with in the group already. They're the massage therapists, estheticians. We even have relationships with acupuncture, the physical therapy at West Bay Therapy. That helps people figure out where they need to begin sometimes, and they can call us or just stop in. We'd love to give you a tour of both the therapy gym and the massage side. That's a great place. So similar to what JD was talking about, you have a great team of people that they can go to. So it's not all just you. It's a great team of people that work together to make you healthy. Yes. Correct? It takes a team. Yeah. So, and they can find you at 118 West Bay Drive in Largo, Florida. And that's West Bay Therapy, correct? And then they can also find the massage and wellness spa at that same location, Same location next door to each other. So if you've been in a car accident and you want to get a massage and then you want to go to the spa afterwards, right? You can do it all in one place. You can do it in one stop. That sounds great. So tell me a little bit more about this World Fusion massage that you do. So if I had been in an accident and I wanted to like start this World Fusion massage, is it something that is possible to do, or are you going to recommend that I stick with the therapy first before I go to something like that? In most cases, we're dealing with two different incidents, two different needs, as we discussed. So when someone comes in and we identify they've been in a car accident, a lot of times the first thing we need to do is make sure that they're set up for their plan of care. And most times that means they'll be using their auto insurance. And by the way, that's the only insurance we take. And that's an important thing for people to understand. You're dealing with two businesses. You're dealing with two options. You can cash pay on one side, use auto insurance on the other. And that type of incident is going to call for a very spa is no insurance and therapy is insurance.
You got it. And auto insurance only because it's specialized in that treatment. But they can expect that they'll get that World Fusion massage if they want to use that opportunity before a car accident or after they've recovered. They're certainly able to enjoy that too. But it's kind of a fork in the road when they come to us. Tell us what their needs are, and we're going to make sure that they're directed in the right way.
We're talking to Thomas Rosway, owner and practitioner with Massage and Wellness and licensed massage therapist and physical therapy. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can get those great massages and feel better.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's Facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Jamie Maloney here, host of That Business Show, promoting the entrepreneurial spirit in Tampa Bay. We bring you success stories every weekday morning, and now we're doing more of it. Join us anytime between 7 and 9 Monday morning here on 1250 Wins WHNZ. We share Tampa Bay success stories with you every weekday morning because we want you to become the next success. Catch the entrepreneurial spirit anytime between 7 and 9 Monday morning here on 1250 Wins WHNZ. At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Roads around the Bay not looking too bad right now. Just some minor delays on southbound I-75 approaching I-4. Southbound 275, minor delays near Bush Boulevard. And, of course, the Veterans Expressway just a bit slow between Linebaugh and Waters. Police investigation in Pasco County has US 41 shut down in both directions between State Road 52 and County Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Urich, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line, 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Someone you know is suffering from Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. They're dealing with excruciating pain and days when they won't be able to get out of bed. Help someone you know and support the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America at ccfa.org.
Today, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 88. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 50-50 rain chance, high 88.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Hi, Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy. And in the second half, we're here talking with Thomas Rossway, the owner and practitioner for Massage and Wellness in Largo, Florida. Welcome back, Thomas.
Thank you.
So, you've mentioned that you've had some personal exploration of wellness, and you want to talk a little bit more about your wife's situation.
I do. I had already been in wellness for a few years when I met my beautiful wife, Pepe.
Where's Pepe from?
Pepe is actually from South Carolina.
You would think with that name that, you wouldn't think South Carolina.
Not at first. And when you see her, because she's also got Asian in her family from her mom's side, definitely catches you off guard. Beautiful Asian face, but a Southern accent. So that captured me right away.
I actually had a friend in North Carolina that was like that. It was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Her name wasn't Pepe though.
No.
That's a beautiful name.
I think it was Jennifer.
I guess that probably is the translation. Pepe is very common over there, so it probably is Jennifer.
That's funny.
So we met in 2011, actually on Match.com. So welcome to the new generation of dating.
Yes, yes, and it was successful.
Beautiful and very successful experience on Match.com. And when I met Pepe, fell in love, and very shortly into our relationship realized we had a lot in common with wellness, and we both are passionate about it. She's actually in the field of therapy as well. She does therapy and deals with lymphatic drainage in patients who have lymphatic issues, sometimes some cancer treatment, sometimes some diabetes, just another extension of treatment. And in fact, that's something we do offer as well, is lymphatic therapy at our wellness center. But the irony in the story I'll share with you is a personal one. Just a few years after we were married, Pepe was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it was life-changing for us both, but in a positive way. 17 months of treatment, chemotherapy, and the entire journey really was an inward seeking experience about how wellness really translates into well-being, and what we have control of that we take for granted maybe early on, and that by the time you're in that reality and examining your mortality, you want to rewind the clock, or you think, what if? So we went through that, and I just want to share that with people that don't wait for that moment in your life, whether it's that you're dealing with chronic pain or that you've overcome some disease or a weight issue. Come to us now. Let us help you get on that right track so that you feel like you're doing the best you can, and we'd love to be a part of your healthcare team.
Yeah. You also have some giveaways you're giving away on your website,
yes,
right?
We are.
So they can go to massageandwellness.com, and that's all spelled out, massageandwellness.com. And you have 4 giveaways. You have a free chair massage for an office event. You have free massage and facial spa day package, and a free FMS screening and health coach consult. What is an FMS?
Functional movement screening.
Nice. And a free waxing service.
Yes.
So you got some extra hair you want to get rid of, right? You want to get over there. So you have a chance to enter those contests, and you're going to give those away at www.massageandwellness.com. So we were also talking about the fact that you don't just deal with auto accidents, right? There are people who actually have different types of accidents, maybe just leaning over, picking up something, and now they have bulging discs. So how do you help people like that?
Let's talk about it. The difference with that patient is they're probably after some sort of recovery time. So they're coming to us maybe 5 years later, and this problem still exists. It's still bothering them.
They don't want to have surgery. They don't want to get cut open.
Surgery, or they've had unsuccessful surgery.
At that too,
you
right?
know, we've seen a lot of cases where people are just dealing with a lifetime of symptoms and pain management.
Harumph.
Yeah.
So how do you help them with that?
I think a lot of times we begin with that assessment component we talked about, and it can be done with some physical therapy influence, but we bring it back to the fact they may not have insurance. This isn't something covered by insurance, but if we can provide them with that same expertise and give them a reasonable path to pay for it through cash pay programs, now we've got a plan where maybe we're teaching them some basic home exercises. We can do that functional movement screening that we talked about, and really assess where there is weakness, where there is tightness, and formulate a plan so that they can do some things on their own. If there's someone who's working with a personal trainer like JD, now we've got a baseline and we've got some real fundamental assessments to work from. That, along with the massage, where we're reconditioning the tissue, helping it heal, breaking up scar tissue.
Yeah, that's important.
I mean, these are the ingredients it takes. The body is such a complex machine we take for granted. If you look at it from an engineering perspective, we can really do repairs on it as good as we can fix a car. And, you know, the reality is people spend more time fixing their car than they do their body.
That is something.
And you can't trade this one in.
Right. So the key here is when you have back problems like that, the key is to get up and move around more, not be sedentary. Is that correct?
In a lot of cases, that's true. And knowing what not to do and knowing what you should do.
No more bending over, lifting. Make sure you use your knees. All those standard that they tell you to do, right?
Yes.
So, what do you think is the biggest hurdle for people like that to come? I understand money can be it, because if insurance doesn't cover it, it's a cost, a weekly cost. So, how often do you think they need to set aside to come and see you so that they get effective treatment that will help their pain management?
Good question. In the beginning, it's going to depend on what we discover in the assessment. It might be that they have to come in a little more frequently, a week or 10 days apart, for example. It may be that as time goes on, we start to get numbers that are measurable, like their pain level. If their pain level was a 9 when they first came in and we can get it down to a 7, then we can adjust the time and see, can we keep it at 7 or below? So we're using measurable goals and assessments to move them through their treatment. And ultimately, we hope that it can be something maybe once a month they can budget for, just the same as you would get an oil change on your car. Since we use that analogy, what is your schedule for taking care of your well-being and ensuring your health before it's too late?
Well, and how much longer do you really want to stay in this type of pain and
You'd be surprised.
keep
a lot
going.
of people don't move for years.
Yeah. And when we talked about moving or not moving, that happens. They get hurt and they think, well, the best thing for me is to do nothing.
Thank you so much, Thomas Rossway, owner and practitioner of Massage and Wellness, for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you, Jamie, again, for letting me to guest host Focus Fridays. You can find out more about Focus on You Strategy at www.focusonustrategy.com. Thank you, and we'll see you next Friday.